We've barely scratched the surface of what you can do.
Mom or mob?
You are going to publish an article about that. You and I need to get a few things straight.
Are you threatening to charge Danny with manslaughter? I want to make a deal to have mutual advantage.
How exactly is Danny being charged with manslaughter when no one even died? Make it make sense. Meanwhile, Dante is somehow out annoying Lulu, which is saying a lot. Instead of playing moral police with Danny, maybe go have a chat with your own son Dante. No one forced Rocco to drink. He made that brilliant decision all on his own. Sure, Danny needs a talk, but yelling at Gio? Seriously? He should be thanking the kid. Writers, what are we doing here? This is not it. Now Dante's flipping out and acting like Danny held Rocco down and poured the drinks into his mouth. Spoiler alert, he didn't. Rocco chose to chug not one but 2 cups after Danny literally told him not to. And now we're turning this into Danny's fault? The way Dante's story is being written since Lulu returned has been downhill. Speaking of Lulu, her sudden obsession with my daughter, who we haven't seen in ages, is laughable. Canceling plans with Brooklyn to chase old feelings and parent like it's 2015 again. Girl, please, and don't even get me started on Portia, standing there like a frightened rabbit. How did Curtis go from cool, composed Jordan to this? Someone explain. Tracy siding against Sunny. Can't wait for that to blow up in her face. And Dante, again, needs to calm down. It was a college party, not a crime scene. So Rocco just gets a free pass for being reckless? Danny told him not to drink. He went ahead anyway. But sure, let's blame literally everyone else. Curtis and Portia? That's done the second he finds out everything she's hiding. And I hope Jordan doesn't make it easy if he tries crawling back. As for Drew and Willow, can they just leave already? Hey babes, welcome back to Larivia. It's your girl Larivia, and trust me, today's tea is piping hot. Let's get into it. Fallback? Dante, you're barking up the wrong tree again. Maybe instead of blaming everyone under the sun, you should be asking Rocco the real question. Why did he drink in the first place? Yes, Danny took him to the party, and no, he shouldn't have. But let's be clear, Rocco made the decision to drink all by himself. He knew it was wrong and did it anyway. That's on him. Dante and Lulu need to stop playing the blame game and start holding their son accountable. Danny didn't force anything down Rocco's throat. In fact, when things went south, Danny had the sense to get help. That's more than can be said for some of the so-called responsible adults in this mess. And while we're at it, forget Sunny giving Dante advice. It should have been Olivia. She's the one who should step in and remind Dante of all the idiotic stunts he and Cuddy pulled back in the day. Then maybe he'd realize he's in no position to be pointing fingers. How about he backs off Danny and gives Gio the apology he deserves? Honestly, I've had enough of the lot of them. Drew, the eternal weeping Willow, Lulu, and self-righteous Dante. Enough. Dante needs to wake up and realize he's not just a detective, he's a parent. Maybe start by asking himself why he had no idea where his underage son was. In this day and age, with GPS, tracking apps, and every other digital leash, there's no excuse. Oh, and by the way, rest in peace to the incredible Denise Alexander, aka Dr. Leslie Weber. What a loss. How unbelievably brilliant do you have to be to hand over $500,000 to a guy who claims he knows how you were drugged without offering a shred of proof? Brad might have walked away with a fat paycheck, quit his job, and moved on, but the real question remains. Drew thinks he knows who drugged him, but where's the evidence? Oh right, it's all tied to Brad, a proven liar who only looks out for himself, especially when there's a 6-figure payout on the line. And Portia, wasn't she supposed to be the smart one? All she has to do is come clean to Curtis, tell him the truth. Then they could work together to take Drew down a peg. But nope, let's just sit on that little power move and let Drew run the show. Meanwhile, let's talk about the parenting disaster. The kids were under Dante's watch while Jason was out of town, and yet Jason hasn't once said, Hey man, you were in charge. How you lose track of the kids? What was so critical that you dropped the ball? Instead, silence. No accountability. Reminder, you're the parents. When things go wrong, that's on you first, not the kids. Also, sad news. Denise Alexander, the beloved actress who played Leslie Weber on General Hospital, has passed away at 85. She was incredible, especially in those intense storylines with Monica and Rick. That love triangle was legendary. She'll be deeply missed. Rest in peace. And one last thing, if Dante is so devastated about almost losing his son, key word, almost, why isn't he actually with his kid right now instead of storming around town, ranting to everyone else? I don't care if the child's with his grandmother. If Dante's genuinely that concerned, shouldn't he be there too? I just know they're going to break up Drew and Willow right before she finds out about him and Nina. Classic. And who's going to be right there, all comforting and fake supportive? Nina, of course. It's going to be okay, sweetie, while the truth is just waiting to explode. Just my 2 cents. Also, can we please get Tracy Quartermain to knock some sense into Lulu and Brooklyn already? Time to end that tired rivalry and move on. Oh, and I'm behind a week. Shocking, I know, but I've got a theory. The writers clearly want to bring back the danger and crime vibes. Problem is, Sunny's gone soft. Too honorable these days to make that work, so naturally, they need a new villain we can all boo and hiss at. Cue Drew, maybe? Toss in a little chaos, stir things up with Dante? Speaking of Dante, he's busy grilling Jason about not watching over his kid, but hello, Dante didn't know what his own son was up to either. Pot, meet kettle. Let's clear something up. No one died, so stop throwing around manslaughter like it means something here. Also, Willow is not your family. Thinking Sasha might be pregnant with Jason's baby doesn't magically make you related. Please, just stop. And if Jason ever finds out Drew meddled with Willow and Michael, oh Drew, you better run. Fast. Oh, I can already see it. Drew is going to blame Tracy for him being drugged. Classic Drew, which means we're in for a painfully dragged out summer, just waiting to see if he finally gets what's coming. Cue the fast forwards during May and summer sweeps. Meanwhile, Sleeping Beauty, aka Lulu, needs to wake up and remember she has children. Rocco's the one who drank the alcohol, but Lulu? She didn't even know where her son was. Who's more at fault here? Definitely not Danny, the actual child who found Rocco, or Gio, the guy who saved him. Kids will be kids, period. Sneaking off to a party is part of growing up. It's on the parents to prepare them for this stuff. Look at Danny and Jason. They talk. Honest, real conversations. When has Lulu ever talked to her kids? She's been MIA for 4 years and now doesn't know where they are. Let's be real. If Lulu wasn't so obsessed with drama and playing the lead in her own personal soap opera, maybe she would have been at the game with her son instead of, once again, choosing herself over her kids. Also, why did she need Danny to explain what happened? Is Rocco suddenly mute? And let's talk about that weird exchange. Danny didn't even drink, but when Lulu asked, he kind of said yes. Meanwhile, Rocco already admitted to Danny that it was his fault. So why can't he speak to his own parents? And Dante? Still out here treating everyone like dirt. As for Jordan, yeah, never liked her, still don't. The nerve of her to have an issue with Sunny when he was there for her son while neither she nor his dad was. Newsflash. Sunny's the one keeping Port Charles safe, not the cops. They'll all regret not trusting him. Well, color me shocked. Sunny's actually considering selling the piers to Sidwell? Thought he was ready to die on that hill. Unless, maybe he is serious about stepping back from the mob life. He and Jason did hint at that last week, didn't they? And Willow? If I had $1 for every time she got brainwashed or emotionally yanked around by someone, I'd have beachfront property and a majority stake in ELQ by now. These recycled storylines are so old, even the recycling bin rolled its eyes. Just once one single plot. Can this girl think for herself? Yes, yes, hell yes. Finally, Sasha dropped the Germany bomb. Jason's face said it all, say less. You just know stone cold mode is activated. Black tea, dead stare, the whole package. And Drew? Oh, poor Drufus. He's not getting rescued. He's about to be reckoned with. Jason's coming armed with receipts and absolutely no patience. Buckle up. And Sasha telling Jason that Michael's refusing to see Willow? Yeah, that man's picking up the phone right now. Drama incoming. Also, did anybody else feel that? When they cut to Sunny leaning forward, something shifted. My friend and I literally looked at each other like, did you feel that? That scene had gravitational pull. Meanwhile, shout out to Rocco, the pint-sized MVP. Kid's got more common sense than Dant, and he can't even vote yet. He's clearly inherited Lulu's logic gene, while Dante's off running full speed on pure Corinthos instinct. Somebody get Rocco a badge and a desk at the PCPD. He's solving crimes and cutting through his dad's nonsense. Thank you, Rocco. Dante didn't just need a wake-up call, he needed GPS coordinates and divine intervention. Sasha tried, really tried, to hand Willow a first-class ticket to Realityville, but Willow? Oh, she politely declined and sashayed right back to her cozy penthouse in Denial Heights. Classic Willow. If dodging the truth were an Olympic event, she'd be rocking gold medals and endorsement deals by now. Honestly, Sasha deserves a trophy just for the attempt. Meanwhile, can someone explain what Sidwell thinks he's doing trying to snatch Sunny's peers? What is this? Pirates of Port Charles? There are no hidden treasures, diamond mines, or sunken ELQ ships stashed under Dock 7. Somebody please break it to him, he's not Indiana Jones. He's just one shady deal away from getting accidentally tossed into the harbor. Now, over in the land of actual parenting, Lulu's got Rocco on cleanup duty, literally and figuratively. She's making him take responsibility for his actions instead of blaming the entire zip code. That's parenting. Dante, on the other hand, yikes. Somebody remind him that snapping at everyone is not the same as showing leadership. Didn't Olivia raise him with better manners, or at least a breathing exercise or two? Oh, and let's not sleep on Sidwell. The man is plotting something messy, and when it hits, it'll leave a mark no one saw coming. They'll all regret underestimating him, but not Lulu. She's already stepping up as the more grounded parent. She knows Rocco messed up by drinking too much, and she's making sure he faces the consequences. Even better, she's roped Danny in to help him clean. Team accountability, folks. Now here's a theory. What if Curtis' ex-wife is secretly working undercover to expose Sidwell? Imagine the chaos when she blows his whole operation wide open. Yes, please. And let's give a slow clap for Sunny, back in full boss mode. His peers aren't for sale, and he's definitely not buying whatever bargain bin con Sidwell is peddling. Classic Corinthos, loyal to the code, allergic to nonsense, and always 5 moves ahead. You can't hustle the hustler. Back to Lulu, yes again, because someone's actually doing the parenting thing right. She's not making excuses, just putting consequences in place. Rocco's cleaning the house from top to bottom, and that's that. Now, Sasha needs to stop with the soft eyes and vague warnings, and march straight to Jason with the Germany tea. Stone Cold doesn't need hints, he needs facts. It's time to flip the switch, connect the dots, and shut down Drew's International Man of Mystery Act before he starts passing out fake passports and poetry. As for Rocco, liver damage might be in his future, and turns out Gio could be a match. But let's get one thing straight, this isn't about blaming Danny. He and Rocco agreed not to drink, just hold the cups. Danny's blaming himself out of loyalty and love, not guilt. Let's not punish the kid for having a conscience. Rocco made his choices, and they came with serious consequences. Actions have repercussions, shocking, I know. Now let's hope Sasha finally tells Jason, or even better, Michael himself, that Willow flew to Germany. Because when that little detail comes out, so will the fact that the receptionist was paid off, oh hi Drew, to throw a wrench in the works. Smooth move. And whatever happened to that $250,000 payoff from Sidwell to Sasha? You know, the bride she took? Did Jason pressure her to return it? Did she own up to it with her friends? Because honestly, the way that whole mess just got swept under the rug makes no sense, especially considering how serious it was. But hey, plot consistency is clearly optional. Meanwhile, Dante, seriously? You're living in a fantasy world when it comes to Rocco. Time to take a seat, literally, and stop acting like he's some poor innocent baby. Newsflash, Rocco isn't two. He knows right from wrong. Sure, Danny might have dared him to show up to that party, but Rocco chose to drink. That's on him. Teenagers making dumb choices, been there, done that. And let's not ignore the eerie déjà vu. Dante is treating Gio the exact same way Sonny treated him before finding out they were father and son. Yes, we all remember, Dante got shot, not the point. While we're on unresolved storylines, where's all that money Britt left Brad? Anyone? Bueller? Now, here's a wild, but honestly better, idea to wrap up this drawn-out, painful Willow and Drew storyline. What if the writers flipped the script? Portia uncovers evidence that Congressman Drew Kane paid Brad Cooper $500,000 to dose him with ketamine, using a hooker as the delivery method. Yeah, you read that right. Then Drew turns around and pays the hooker to stage a scene, making it look like he was framed. Willow walks in, sees the setup, hooker in Drew's clothes, full soap opera drama, and Drew pleads his innocence in front of Nina. Blood test comes back. Surprise! Drew was drugged. Willow, ever the believer, falls for it. Again. Now here comes the grand performance. Drew holds a press conference, spins his tale of victimhood, and parades Willow around to sway public opinion. He files a formal complaint, triggering an investigation that reveals Brad Cooper accessed hospital files using his login, pulled medical records, and got paid, $500,000, right after the job. Then he conveniently quit his job at General Hospital. Naturally, all this truth drops at the nurses' ball, because where else? Where a suddenly awakened Willow finally sees Drew's true colors. Curtain falls, story over, we can all move on. And seriously, stop treating Rocco like a toddler. He made a choice. Just like Dante's ready to throw Danny under the bus for manslaughter. Because if there's one thing Dante will do, it's make sure someone pays, especially if their name is Danny. I mean, seriously? Dante blaming Danny for Rocco's decision to drink? What a load of garbage. Maybe Dante should take his own advice, the same advice he gave Jason, and actually keep better tabs on his own kid. And while we're at it, maybe Lulu should stop nosing around in Brooklyn's business and focus on parenting too. Just a thought. Now, let's talk about that car accident. Elizabeth breaks her femur. Ouch. And after surgery, she's lying in a hospital bed. Not in a hospital gown, but in what looked like her gardening clothes. Really, that's not just a continuity error. That's a full-blown wardrobe malfunction. I get it. Maybe I'm overanalyzing. But come on. How do you mess that up? And brace yourselves, because I know this won't be popular, but I'm saying it anyway. I am so over Tracy and her smug, holier-than-thou attitude. She struts around like she's queen of the universe, acting like Sonny somehow stole Jason from the Quartermains. Newsflash. Jason walked away because his own family, Alan, Monica, and Edward, kept badgering him to be the person he was before his accident. The only ones he didn't cut off were Leela and Emily. So no, Sonny didn't steal anyone. And don't even get me started on how Tracy treats Lois, like she's beneath her or something. Telling her she can't wait to kick her out of Monica's house. Please. That house is likely going to Jason or Michael, and I live for the day one of them inherits it just to wipe that smug look right off Tracy's face. But hey, I said my piece. You might not like it, but that's how I feel. Oh, if Sam could rise from the dead and see Drew and Dant, they might think twice about their life choices. You're out here throwing Danny to the wolves, ready to lock him up over your own lack of parenting when you love Sam so much. Really? Don't even get me started on Drew. Jason actually said, "Time to activate dad mode." Cue the life lesson and dramatic monologue. After 14 years of brooding silence and emotionally constipated stares, Drew finally shows up with some real parenting energy, telling Danny about Uncle AJ. Oh, the drama. He really said, "Let me throw in some Quartermain trauma for flavor." Meanwhile, Danny's over here facing the emotional Avengers over one bad party decision, like he staged a full nurses' ball rebellion. And then there's Sasha, who Loki turned into Port Charles' own life coach. Gave a full-on after-school special speech while folding napkins in the Quartermain kitchen. It was sweet and all, but let's not pretend she didn't drop a TED talk mid-biscuit prep. Emmy incoming for sure. As for Jason, oh boy, Jason's now enforcing a 9 p.m. check-in rule. Sir, you've dodged cops, mobs, and multiple resurrections. But now you're tracking your teen like a suburban mom with Life 360. Who is this man, and what has he done with emotionally unavailable Jason? But hey, credit where it's due. He told Danny he believes in him. No raised voices, no broken glass, no Sunny level tantrums. The adults were disappointed, not mad, which in soap opera terms is basically a federal offense. Danny's face said it all. Can someone just ground me already? Growth, stone cold. Growth. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.